Welcome to the Figure Zone. Today I've got a third-party review of the AC Play 1/6 scale Gnome Killer Saint of the Sword figure. Now this is the Sword Maiden Ona Shikyo from the popular series Goblin Slayer. And this box looks pretty frackin' cool. It's an actual picture of the figure from the promos. And on the back you just break the tape seals and there's a magnet on each side of the box and pretty much open those magnets up to reveal the figure. What's pretty cool, on the back of the box they actually show you everything included with the figure. So that's something different. Let's keep that going. That's pretty cool. I'm liking that. Now when I got my figure, I opened her up and there's no plastic inside the packaging. The plastic wrap you see inside the box when I open it up here is from the actual box. There's plastic surrounding the box. You cut that plastic. What happened was on the back of her legs and the back of her shoulders, there was just black marks all from the box. So take that wrapper off your box and stick it in the bottom of your figure there and encase your figure in the plasticky piece there just to keep the thing safe, because I fixed it and I'll let you know how. Now here's a quick tutorial on actually how to help fix up your seamless bodies that have some marks on them. I'm not sure if it works for every mark you get on the figure, but it just may. This is a seamless body, so it's made with a medical grade silicone skin. So what I used is basic fun tack. I call it blue tack. I only had a blue one. You can probably use the white fun tack also. It's probably a little bit safer, but it didn't seem to damage the figure, so I pretty much took a piece of blue tack and I crumpled it up into like a little ball and kept pressing on the skin, and what it did, it made like a little effect, kind of like when you put some silly putty on a newspaper and you pull up the print. It didn't go right away. I had to keep doing it over and over again for about a good 5 minutes, but you can see the damage done by the inner black styrofoam from the box. It did a number on the figure. It did some stuff in the back of the legs, the side of the legs, and also on the shoulder area. So I pretty much just kept tapping this, rolling it into a ball, and then using a different section and kind of squishing it, rolling into a ball. I think that just picked up all the stuff really well. So this was something cool. I found another YouTuber threw this up there and he said it worked, and I was like, let me try this out. So yeah, tried it out, and it works pretty well. So if you do have an issue with one of your figures, or this figure in particular, because they were probably all shipped the exact same way, this is how you fix it. And you can see it's starting to look a lot better now. I kept doing it over and over again. Nobody wants me to watch me do this for like 10 minutes, but little piece of gunk on there. But yeah, it totally helps to fix up your figure, and it looks 100%. When I look at the figure now in the review, I can't even tell where those marks were. And the same thing with the back of the shoulders. There's just little pieces everywhere. Now I did try this on a 1/6 scale basic body. It didn't work. It didn't pull up the stuff. I guess it's just the different material. But yeah, get yourself some fun tack, roll that crap into a ball, and start a sticking. Worked really frackin' well. And that's one to grow on. If you're enjoying the video so far, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button. It helps out the channel big time and helps YouTube share this with more people so more people can see these awesome frackin' figures. Now here's an idea of what the Sword Maiden looks like from the manga and also from the TV series. They did a great job representing her in figure form, and I can't wait to see the other ones in hand, how they look. So this is a very, very cool looking figure. Now for the accessories, you do get some interesting stuff there. Check out the AC Play introduction book. It's AC Play, formerly known as Fison Limited PL Seamless Body. It mainly talks about how to move the seamless body. The body is also not a sex toy. It's used for artwork, for character design, cosplaying, modeling, photography, painting, anatomy, or simple figure collecting. So don't get any funny ideas. This is a toy. It's a toy. Always read your instruction manual, because description of the wearing of puppet costumes. Puppets wearing clothing can also refer to this instruction manual. So there you go. What? You're going to see the figure when I get her all put together. I'm not using the little leg bracer thing she has on there. They look really cool, but I do not like pulling off the feet on a seamless body. The feet are so hard to pull off, and when you put them back on, it feels like you're not doing it right, so screw that. You get a basic stand here, which is it's just a basic stand, and you get a waist grabber. So pop that Mamma Jam in, hold the figure by the waist. So yeah, it's cool. We get a stand. You don't have to sit there and futz around trying to find a freaking stand or buy some off of eBay, so this is a lot better. The hands look amazing on this figure. This is something different from TB League. Normally the hands are just kind of painted. If you look closely, like the bends of the fingers are a slightly different color. I'm really hoping they stick with this because this is something I've never seen before. Normally the figure's hands are kind of like just hands, but never painted on the bends. That's pretty fracking cool. Now here's the little pieces that go on the legs. I'm not putting those on because I might taking those feet off. No way, no how. Not even going to try it. And you get some that go up on the arms, and you get some that go up on the wrists. They're just like little golden metal pieces there. The good thing is they slide over the sleeves. You don't have to worry about them staining anything, as opposed to the leg ones. Who knows what's going to happen. You also get a cool little necklace for her, which looks pretty fracking sweet. They got some great detail on this thing. It's a very shiny gem going on there. I'm digging it. Now she's also got a couple other accessories here. You have a little headdress thing that goes on top. I got it upside down here, unfortunately. But the material is a very thin flowing material and kind of see-through, which is pretty cool. And the little top piece is like a harder rubber piece. And the same thing with this little ring here. It's a harder rubber. It's got two little gems on the sides of it. And it's very, very flowing. So it looks very cool and it feels very cool. Now here is her sword and scale staff. This thing is amazing. It's die cast, it's sculpted well, it's painted well. The only problem is it's die cast. I love die cast stuff, but this is so heavy. When you put it in her hand, the joints just can't hold it up in the air, so it just goes, and the arm pretty much flops down at the wrist peg area. I don't know how to fix something like that. I wouldn't put blue tack in there, especially considering it's a seamless body, so pretty much she can't hold this thing upright properly, which is kind of a bummer. And when you get the sword, it's wrapped up in this plastic and it's like taped up in 3 spots. It's a fracking pain to get it off. I'd advise cutting it. You also get, which I found at the bottom of the bag here, you get some panties for her. I don't want to bother using these things. Sometimes they leave marks if they're too tight on the bodies. So you got them in there. They're not on there when you get the figure. So if you want them, you got them. If not, throw them in the freaking garbage. You also get her blindfold, which is pretty cool. It's made of a thin material. It's already tied, which is cool. So you just got to kind of unfold it properly, and you can put it on there. Don't know if that's going to cause any marks on the face, but if it does, use some fracking fun tack. This is interesting. Open up the box, I'm like, hey, there's a crotch grabber. Wait, that's a waist grabber. So it doesn't quite fit in the box. Shove it up there and, go for it. Now here's the figure. When you get her, the head is off, as a lot of the TB League figures are. I like this little neck piece. It's already on there. It's a ball joint, and that piece goes in there. And the head sculpt looks fracking awesome. I was very worried. I started seeing pictures of the head sculpts in different light, and it started to scare me. But once you get it in hand, it is a lot cooler. You got the rooted hair, which is a little bit crazy at sometimes. If you want to, you can pretty much just take your hands and get a little bit of water on them and just run it through the hair. It'll kind of stay. And you can just pop it on really easy. The head goes on and off very nicely. I hate ball joints on seamless bodies. You're like grabbing it and pulling it and using force, and you feel like you're going to break your figure. Now this little thing here is cool, part of her outfit there. Now you can see the seamless body. You got the feet. You got all these little die cast parts and stuff all over here. Very intricate detail. I wouldn't try taking the top off. It's like tied at numerous spots all around the body. So if you try to pull that thing open a little bit, you might do some damage. You have the little belt piece that kind of moves around. And this thing, I don't know if it's loose or something, but it's fracking huge. It's longer than the figure. It looks like a wedding dress. I don't know if it's supposed to be like that, but you kind of got to shove it behind the figure just to keep it out of the way. So it's a little long. So yeah. You got to kind of move some stuff around a little bit to get the costume just right. And you can see the ties are underneath the arm there. It's got some black in there too, so who knows if that'll cause any issues. But again, motherfucking Funtac, it's the way to go. Thank you, Funtac. Just hopefully they don't like stop it one day or something. And if anyone's curious, this is a half anatomically correct figure. You got business in the front, party in the back. Oh wait, sorry, that's a mullet. I don't know why they decided to do the back properly and the front smooth like a Ken doll. I don't know what happened there. They just got weird. Normally the TB League bodies are very detailed in the front and very detailed in the back. So if anybody needs to know these things, because if you're going to use this body or you want to switch out the body, you'll know what you're getting with this thing. But the figure looks amazing. Little bits and pieces of die cast here and there. And of course this is a seamless body. Use caution with it. You can pretty much, you've got butterfly joints, double bends everywhere because it's a steel skeleton. Just being careful of moving things because it is a steel skeleton. You bend it 1,000 times in a row, you just might break something. But these can pretty much do almost anything a human body can do. Just be careful. Try not to force them too much. Try to pull the joint at the, like, you know, the exact spot. So if you bend an arm, try to grab towards the elbow and bend it. Don't do like I'm doing with one hand and trying to bend stuff. So you want to preserve your figure. Now, AC Play has made a couple more of the figures in this series. The Witch is out right now. She's starting to ship at some places. You have 2 different versions of Priestess, which is pretty cool. So again, I hate when you do that with 2 versions of figures, because you either got to get them both or you got to choose one, and once you get the one, you're like, why didn't I get the other one? So yeah, just get freaking both of them if you're a fan of the show. And also you got the High Elf Archer, and she looks pretty frackin' sweet too. Also on pre-order, and she should be out very, very soon. Now I'm totally loving this figure. It's really well done. Everything looks amazing on it. Taking the hands on and off was super frackin' easy. Taking the head off, popping it back on, super frackin' easy, which is awesome. The only downfall of this, of course, is the sword. It's die cast, so it's just way too heavy. When you pop it in the hand, the wrist just wants to fall because it's just not strong enough to hold up that die cast. But you've got a bunch of different looks with this figure, which is cool. You can go just her with the regular outfit. You could pop on a cape. You can pop on the blindfold, take off the blindfold, put the headpiece on, put the blindfold on there. So you got multiple ways to display this figure. I think this looks pretty cool too, but I don't know if I would keep that black cover on for too long, just because of the fact that, you know, it may cause some marks. But Funtac, yeah. Now I got this figure from 16thkit.com. He's got a great store. You also get free shipping, and you usually get these figures sometimes a month or 2 before the big guys send them out. So check them out. Very cool stuff. Trusted seller for sure. Thanks so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already so you don't miss out on these 1/6 scale previews and reviews. Till the next video.